Championship 93 is here in San Antonio, Texas, at the Boeing Center in Tech Point Arena. We've got an unbelievable card, starting out with the amateurs, going off to the pros, and then we go to the main card. An unbelievable card today. I'm Mike Alexander. This is UFC welterweight Alex Morono. We have an unbelievable amateur card starting out, and a fight, Alex. Seldon Wright versus Sean Magnus, both 3-0. It's going to tell a lot about what those guys are and how prepared they are to go pro.
Yeah, extraordinarily credentialed for amateurs. We also have 2 female title fights on the line, and we have some debuting pros who've been waiting to watch for a long time. I cannot wait to see them.
Yeah, it's going to be an unbelievable card, so let's go ahead and get started and go inside to the best dressed man in MMA, Wayne Leggett.
Hello, fight fans, and welcome to the Boeing Center at Techport in San Antonio, Texas. This is Fury FC 93, Walker versus Estevez. But first, please welcome to the blue corner for your opening preliminary contest, Adrian Palacios.
Here we go. First fight of the night, Alex. Adrian Palacios. Hometown kid from San Antonio, Texas. It's about happening at a catchweight at 150 pounds.
Yeah, it's his second fight in his career. He's looking for his first one. Comes out of House of Jiu-Jitsu. The guys have been very consistent, especially naturally here in San Antonio. We've seen them on all the cards in Houston, the cards in Dallas. Now they have a lot of fighters here tonight. And we talk about this pretty much every show. Anytime you have a team with 2, 3, and 4 guys fighting on the same card, you know their fight camps are good. They had all sorts of great training partners and great sessions together.
Yeah, and I know that helps a lot whenever you have fighters that you do have multiple fighters on the cards. I know it's busy. I know you do 2 jobs at once. You're a commentator, and then you go out and coach, and you wrap the hands, you warm them up, you do all those things. But having those guys, especially if they're really close in weight classes, maybe 1 or 2 weight classes apart, give some really good training partners, give them really good training to get ready for these fights.
Yes, sir. He's about to step in the cage. Little pre-fight ritual, little prayer before the fight.
Let's go into Wayne Leggett and meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Davante George.
Marquis George, this is his 3rd fight, also at a San Antonio, also his first fight. I remember seeing one of his previous fights, man. He's big and he's physical. There were a couple of small mistakes on the ground, but I led to one of his losses. But I mean, that's why the amateur career is so important. I think he fights hard. He's a fast starter. Yeah, a pretty good fight to open us up. Both guys, especially on looking for that first win.
Yeah, we've talked about this before, Alex, with guys like this. We have seen and we've witnessed it firsthand. Guys who have won 14 fights in a row as an amateur, had all kinds of titles. They make it to the pros, 1-8. They just can't make it. And so, and we've seen the opposite also. We've seen guys go 1-4 in the amateurs. They work out the problems they have to work out. They take a little time off. They turn pro, and then all of a sudden they're 7-2.
I mean, yeah, it's cool, and there is a rhyme and reason. Like naturally, your camp, your preparation, how you perform under the lights is all very important. But I mean, there is definitely a cool mysticism to just like MMA records and patterns. But it's ultimately, down to the guys performing on the night. Here's our tape.
Adrian Palacios, 26 years old versus 29 years old with Davante George. Both guys weighed at the 150-pound limit. 6'1", Alex, for 150 pounds, and a 75-inch reach with a 3-inch reach advantage over Davante George. Let's go inside and make this official with Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey was scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series at a catch weight of 150 pounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist is 6 feet, 1 inch tall, and he weighed officially at 150.4 pounds. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas. Today, he looks for his first win as an amateur. Here is Adrian Palacios. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he weighed in at 148.8 pounds. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas. Today, he too looks for his first amateur win. Here is the Bushido Warrior, Davante George. Your referee in charge of the action, Marquis.
These guys are dry and very strong and fresh. I mean, the last place you want to be is in bottom out. Only 30 seconds into a fight.
Yeah, Adrian's in a lot of trouble here. Davante George taking his time here.
He's staying nice and low.
Yeah, he's got that, what I call the butterfly mount, where he's got his heels back, both between his butt. So really, really difficult to buck your way out of this. This is one of those positions, Alex, where you're going to take some damage getting out the proper way. You still have to put both hands on the hip. You got to explode out of there. And you just got to know you're going to take some damage. At least one shot whenever you're coming out of there or defending the mount.
Yeah, and if they start to throw punches, sometimes guys looking for back up. And when men, like you said, you got to put your hands on their hips and displace their lower half. And the moment your hands, let them go, they're going to start punching. Oh, and now the triangle rolls to his back. He's got a 4-finger forward. I'd be so surprised if we see an escape. The angle is sharp. Oh, man. He's got to just commit to the finish. Not for that triangle armbar. I mean, he can grab the back of the head and put him to sleep right now.
Yeah, just needs to squeeze those knees together. Don't try to squeeze the gate shut. Squeeze those knees together.
He's gonna tap. There's the tap.
That's it.
Quick finish there. Wow. And we had seen this in the past from Davante here. He actually starts really strong in all of his fights. But like as the fight went on, he's made some mistakes, but there were 0 mistakes in that fight. Took his time, shot a double leg, advanced to mount, threw that right leg over the shoulder, rolled to his back. That's actually how I like to finish him out of triangles. Get the leg over and then honestly sacrifice the position along with that figure 4.
Yeah, a lot of people make the mistake of rolling the wrong way whenever they have that triangle locked up. You roll over that gate leg, you roll right over that knee, you close it up as soon as that foot leaves the floor. Beautiful job, George. See an overhand right, he tried to land right there. Davante takes it straight down, ducks the overhand right, goes to the mount, locks up this triangle. Looked like Adrian Palacios was gonna defend it there for a minute, but man, once he got down, this fight was over.
Yeah, that was
a
a slick finish. All right, let's get the official decision here. When?
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 1 minute, 36 seconds into the very first round, declaring a winner by tap out due to a triangle, the Bushido Warrior, Davante George.
Hold another shot of the actual submission. It was deep. That was pulling figure four. The angle set. Underhooks the leg. Josh just kind of gave up top position. Tap. Head nose as well.
Let's go inside to Wayne. Go to our next fight.
Please welcome Seldon Wright to the blue corner.
Seldon Wright, Alex. Alex, this fight I have marked on my. I've had it marked since I saw this card. You know, we talked about it a little bit in the open. Seldon Wright 3-0, Sean Magnus 3-0. Seldon Wright is you know, he's only got 3 fights. He's an amateur. He's 26 years old. Fighting out of Norfolk, Virginia, but he does have, you know, he's gone to decision twice, so he's got, you know, he's got 6 rounds, full 6 rounds, and then he's got a round 3 finish. So 3 fights, 1 finish. But this dude is a big 170. He is a very strong, very athletic, and, you know, like I said, 3-0.
Yeah, I actually didn't know much about him. He comes from Virginia, but he has a very, very decorated wrestling pedigree. Actually, one of my amateurs who's fighting later was talking to Moans and didn't know much about him either. He said he's a very, very high-level wrestler. He's got the strong physical build and the undefeated record to go with it. Once I learned that, alongside who his opponent is, man, this could be an amateur main event. It really could, and it's the second fight of the night. Let that be an example of just how awesome this card is.
Well, that's what I was kind of wondering is, like, whenever I saw this, like, why is this not the main card? Then we saw we have 2 title fights here at the end of the prelim. So, you know, this is, if these guys weren't amateurs, this would definitely be on the main card, 100%. Seldon Wright is in the ring. Let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome Sean Magnus to the red corner.
Sean Magnus fighting out of 10th Planet in Austin, Texas, over there with our buddy Andrew Craig. Man, they are really, really high on this kid, and for good reason, Alex. 3 first-round finishes. You know, maybe not as high of a wrestling pedigree as Seldon Wright, but a wrestling pedigree nonetheless. Striking is really, really good, and he's got a really, really good submission game, especially from the bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a brown belt. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. It's funny, Mike. I love your notes. It's very good, very strong. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
They call him the Winter Soldier. He's young. He works as security at Joe Rogan's comedy mothership. I mean, he lives the fight life. And he disposed of an opponent in his last fight who was 3-0, and he made it look easy. And I know the guy he beat, he's not an easy fight whatsoever. Magnus is solid. I mean, he really is. He used a strong grappling arsenal in that fight. In his debut, he used a strong head-kicking arsenal. That's a good arsenal to have. I'm sure Wright's gonna wrestle. I mean, that's just what he's great at. So expect some really high-level grappling. Here's our table of 2.
27 years old is Seldon Wright versus 22 with Sean Magnus. Both weighed in at 171 pounds. Height is about the same. The reach is a 2-inch reach advantage for Sean Magnus. This is going to be an unbelievable fight, Alex. I can't wait to see this. So let's go inside to Wayne Leggett.
The following contest, brought to you by OnlyFans, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series welterweight division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he weighed in at 171 pounds. Fighting out of Norfolk, Virginia, he holds an undefeated amateur record, 3 wins, no losses. Here is Seldon, the Problem Wright. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, and he weighed in at 171 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas, by way of Soldotna, Alaska, he too holds an undefeated amateur record, 3 wins, no losses. Here is the Winter Soldier, Sean Magnus. Your referee in charge, Carlos Ruiz.
Alex, it's very rare the second fight on the prelims gives you chills like this, but this is going to be a very, very good, very exciting fight.
Hey, work that jab, baby, work that jab.
I'm curious to see what's going to take place. I mean, we'll find out in just a second.
Work that jab, baby, work that jab, work that jab. Jab fake, jab fake.
You know, guys, honestly, are getting pretty seasoned in their amateur MMA career, but they're both super seasoned martial artists. The amount of wrestling matches that Seldon's had. I know Sean's done some bowling matches, and being a brown belt, I'm sure he's done all sorts of tournaments. So there's a high kick he's used in the past.
Watch for that right kick, watch for that right kick.
Yeah, and I would imagine that knowing the wrestling pedigree of Seldon Wright, I mean, throwing those high kicks, I mean, that takes a lot of confidence.
Ooh. That was a good left hand there from Seldon. Man, answer with a really good uppercut there from Magnus.
Level change, work on the uppercut.
Man, and Sean Magnus, you know.
Oh, man. Big left hand there. Magnus back to his feet. Seldon's got a strong body lock. I mean, Magnus is still a little stunned. He reacted and recovered well. But I think the tie-up is a good thing for Magnus right now. That was a good left hand right on the chin.
That Magnus landed a good knee to the body right there.
I think Magnus may be so focused on stuffing the takedown, which he's done well twice now. But I mean, that's the predicament with wrestlers. You know, when they change levels, you think they're going to shoot, but he throws that punch over the top. That's something Johnny Hendricks did very, very well.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful. He's got to keep that right hand up. Oh, the southpaw.
Oh, no, another big combo. Oh, man, good accurate punches there from Magnus, though. It's the power of Seldon versus the accuracy of Magnus. And they're both scoring. Nice uppercut. Oh, man.
Man, Magnus has got to get his head out of the way.
Oof, another good up. That uppercut is really finding a home here for Magnus.
Yeah, it's typical with whenever you know you're fighting a wrestling opponent or a jiu-jitsu guy, you know, when they get into the pocket, you're at least feigning that uppercut.
Doing that against the open stance. If Seldon was to throw a big left hook, I mean...
You got him pushing it back.
Ooh, nice. That was a good high kick. That rocked him.
Oh, here we go.
We're seeing some autopilot wrestling here from Seldon. And again, in both... And in both instances, the guys get rocked and use a tie-up to mitigate a sleeper shot. Man.
Oh. Man, Seldon Young is swinging for the fences with that big overhand left.
Strong collar uppercuts. So you see Seldon's going to scoot underneath him. Oh, man.
Seldon just looked up at the clock like, when is this going to end?
I mean, Seldon has gone the distance more often than not, so he knows what it feels like to be in round 2 and 3. Oh, man. Magnus is hunting that high kick.
Yeah, 10 seconds left, and this being the first time Magnus will have gone past the first round.
He's getting some good work out of that collar tie uppercut. I'll tell you, Seldon's got a chin on him, too. Man, what a round. Wow. So who wins the round?
Man.
They both dropped each other.
Can you draw a round? Can you be in a draw for a round? Man, I mean, Seldon, you see them exchanging some nice shots here, and then Seldon lands the big left.
I think Magnus landed more. Oh. Okay, so that did drop him, but that counts as a knockdown, whereas Seldon didn't fall. He just got rocked. There's a difference in knockdown and just getting staggered. We won't see a high kick in just a second.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference. I think the fact that Seldon stayed on his feet, and I think that may have edged him out the first round. But, I mean, Magnus did stun him a couple times, and that's a very, very difficult first round to judge. So, I mean, I would say that both corners need to assume they lost that round.
Yeah, you have to. Magnus looking like the pressure fighter. Exercised a bit more patience. in round number 1.
And every time I go to 10th Planet and train, when I see Sean, the focus you see right here, he is that focused in the gym. You know, he's that focused in training, whether it's jiu-jitsu, whether it's, you know, whatever it is, whatever I see him training in, he is exactly this focused.
And he's only 22. I mean, that's awesome. He has such a resume and experience to be so young. Oh, good right hand there from Magnus. Some blood coming out of the nose. Seldon. Oof, oof, oof. Big exchange there. This is just a fight with some brutes, man.
Yeah, Sean has got to back out whenever he stops punching from those. He's got to back out of the pocket when he stops punching. He took a few extra shots there from staying in the pocket. And he wasn't firing at all. Took a couple shots there. Took him well, though. You see the mouth wide open from Seldon right now.
Yeah, his coach has called for him to close his mouth right in the second round. Straight, nice straight right hand. So that's that accuracy I'm talking about at Magnus. That was a good, clean right hand. Didn't load up on it. Landed well. Front kick to the face. Left hand return there from Seldon Wright.
Now, you take the fact that, you know, Seldon Wright's a good wrestler, and then he's a southpaw, and, you know, just trying to figure out that maze where, you know, you don't want to get taken down, but also, you know, you want to be offensive. So, you know, and I just think that adds an extra wrinkle in it where it's conventional versus southpaw.
There's a good chance Seldon Wright is a right-handed human who just wrestles with his dominant side forward as most wrestlers do. Oh, big high kick. Now this is out. I think that's what's been bloody the nose of Seldon. Oh, I mean, we're tied up.
Yeah, advantage Seldon here. He's extremely happy that this happened.
That high kick knocked the mouthpiece out. Fighters watching at home, invest in a good mouthpiece. They're not even that expensive.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
I
guess that left hand of Seldon is kind of floating up and down. Magnus can time that down float, throw that high kick.
Mix it up. Left hand with the lower hand.
Oh, good left hand there from Seldon.
Punch your way in.
Doesn't look like he's created some space there with his forehead. Just took in and bull rushed him there for a second.
Hit.
Nice kick in return there for Seldon. It's a good level change. Man, Magnus is all over this takedown D. He's got a tight D. Lets it go. What a fight.
Yeah, Sean Magnus still looking fresh here at the end of the second round.
Good round. I think there was more Magnus round. It was pretty clearly a 10-9 Magnus.
Yeah, that was a Magnus round for sure. And, you know, landing that head kick, the mouthpiece going flying. I mean, some did land some shots there.
He sure did.
And these are some beautiful exchanges between these guys. You know, Seldon catches the leg there. Magnus with that, right on the shin. And it was a little bit short-legged. I mean, it came up. If that would have been parallel to his head, I mean, that may have been lights out. Enough to knock the mouthpiece out. Magnus continuing through the second round to have a lot of luck with that uppercut. That uppercut's landed quite a bit. Magnus in the third round for the first time. Seldon's been here before, but man, Sean Magnus just looks pretty fresh.
It's an interesting front kick there from Magnus. He's throwing it. I mean, I think he may be throwing it to the face, but it's hitting near like the solar plex in the chest, which is interesting.
There you go.
Step in left there from right.
Don't take a step back.
There you go.
Like a good left hand there from right. Right's corners want him to pressure. Press him come forward.
I'm really surprised. I mean, we haven't seen a single takedown yet. this fight has not been to the mat except for whenever Sean Magnus.
Oh my good God! How is Wright still standing? We heard that land so loud. What it shit on this young man. My God. Honestly, I mean, it scored like a strike landed, but I mean, didn't rock him, didn't drop him. It caught him. Oh my God, man, insane. Oh, one cut him. He's got a cut on his right eye from that kick. Maybe not even a kick. He's cut, for sure. Right through his right eyebrow.
Yeah, Sean Magnus still looking pretty fresh. Seldon Wright looking like he is almost out of gas here.
90 seconds left. Less than in this third round.
Yeah, Sean Magnus landed about 6 uppercuts in a row there.
Out of that 2, just slammer head kick.
You have to throw it back with it.
3, 2, 3.
Sean Magnus is hitting him hard. He is not. He continues to move forward.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Chin on Seldon Wright.
No matter the results, I hope they pick Seldon back.
Oh man.
I mean, that's another flush high kick to the jaw. I mean,
Yeah, I think this is one of those instances Sean needs to separate himself, and he needs to unload on Seldon Wright. I think he can finish his fight at this point. You got to be careful. Seldon Wright will throw those big overhand rights.
Seldon may be just in damage mitigation mode right now. I don't blame him. I think you can break it right now.
Oh man.
You got to give him the position back. You got to give him the position back.
All right. Wow. Actually, I think this is better for Sean. Oh man, he really wants that head kick knockout.
Nice right hand. Scrambles in there. Man, what a fight. What a performance from Magnus. Kid's a beast. The last time I asked him when he was a real pro, he wanted to do some more amateur fights. And he's young, I get it, but I mean, he got to start getting paid for these kind of performances.
Yeah, that is an incredible performance from Sean Magnus. And man, Seldon Wright, 3-0. Heavy on the wrestling, big head kick there.
Fake the left hook and do the right high kick.
Yeah, they don't have the sound on for this replay, but if you heard the sound of that head kick, it's unbelievable that he stayed on his feet. Sean Magnus with a dominant second and third round. Sean throwing some knees there. A few of those landed, knocked the mouthpiece out again. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure about how they did those breaks and those for replacing the mouthpiece, but man, what a fight. Man, Sean Magnus, and now that I've seen him go 3 rounds, and get stunned in the first round, I mean, who's going to fight this guy as an amateur?
All right, looks like you got the scores tallied up. All right, let's see what these judges scored this fight. Be curious to see how they scored round 1. Wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. All 3 judges score the fight 30-27, declaring a winner by unanimous decision, Sean the Winter Soldier Magnus.
I'm here with your winner, Sean Magnus. Sean, so good to see you in the cage again, going up against a wrestling heavy opponent who is also 3-0. You got stunned in the first round. How stunned were you? And an amazing performance after that.
Definitely felt it. Vision was good though. Felt stable. I was ready to keep scrapping, but Props to the opponent. He's a tough fucker.
So, Sean, the fact that it was a southpaw versus conventional, did that have any effect on how you prepared for this fight with him being a wrestler? Because you threw a lot of uppercuts, and I would say 90% of them landed.
I've been training a lot the past few months with my teammates, getting ready for a southpaw opponent, so I've gotten good work going against southpaws recently. Devin Dixon, Shane Keefe, all those guys. I felt very comfortable.
Well, Sean, it was an amazing performance, especially after the first round knockdown. You came back. It was dominant. What do you want next?
I want that title, 170 title. Dallas Dodd had it last. We're going to pass it down the family.
Well, I hope that happens. Your winner, Sean Magnus.
All right. Excellent fight. I mean, the future's very bright for that young man. All right, let's meet our next fight.
Please welcome to the blue corner, Joshua Cristerna.
Here we go, Joshua Cristerna, fighting out of San Antonio, Texas. Alex Morono is going to go away from us for just a minute. Raheel should be joining us here any minute now. Joshua Cristerna has two previous fights, lost both of those fights in the first round, or in the second round. Had decent first rounds in both fights, just wasn't able to sustain the energy for the second round. But right here from San Antonio, Texas, he fought just last month, June 2nd, here on Fury Fighting Championship. So trying to stay active. Josh going into the cage. Let's go inside the lane and meet his opponent.
Please welcome Mike Salinas to the red corner.
Mike Salinas 2-0 in his amateur MMA career. Last fought back in October. Another Texas kid, which we love here at Fury Fighting Championships, and always love to see these guys fighting in Texas. Won his last fight by unanimous decision, but has a triumph victory in his debut. Debut was just last year in January of 2023. Very, very tall. Well, maybe not that tall. He's about 6 foot. But very long, very hard to deal with. Here's our tail of the tape. Cristerna 27 versus Mike Salinas at 21. 6'1" for Mike Salinas versus 5'11" for Cristerna. Both guys a 74 for Salinas, so 1 inch reach advantage over the 73-inch of Josh Cristerna. This tail of the tape brought to you by the Fury Unleashed podcast. Both guys very young. Let's go inside and get this thing started with Wayne Leggett.
The following contest brought to you by the Fury Unleashed podcast, available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series welterweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 169.4 pounds. fighting out of San Antonio, Texas. Today, he looks for his first amateur win. Here is Joshua, sharpshooter, Cristerna. Fighting out of the red corner, this freestyle fighter stands 6 feet, 1 inch tall, and he weighed in at 167.6 pounds. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, he holds an amateur record of 2 wins, no losses. Here is Mike Salinas. Your referee in charge, Marquis.
All right, Mark Salinas and Joshua Cristerna. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ruiz. I'm here. Michael, thank you for holding down the fort.
Well, I did a terrible job. Make that clear right away.
Oh, man. Hot start here.
Yeah, Salinas starting off on fire here.
I need 2 arms in and 2 arms out, Mike. I need you now. 2 arms in and 2 arms out.
Ooh, big right connects there for Salinas. Joshua looking for that coveted first win as an amateur. 3rd time inside the cage. Trying to sneak that armbar, but it's going to be hard with those powerful and active shots there from Salinas.
And also from this angle, I mean, Salinas is, keeping good angles. He goes, looks like he's almost to the mount. Decides on that 3/4 mount instead. There he goes to the full mount. And now, hear these shots landing hard. And keep in mind, those in the audience, they don't allow these amateurs to go too long. They were not going to let them take too many punches.
Salinas, that is it.
Position, that's it.
How about that finish? 3-0 now for Mike Salinas. And what an explosive performance here for this talented fighter, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, at 6'1", as an amateur in this weight class, I mean, he looked really, really good. Very aggressive. Went in for the kill as soon as he saw the availability. I mean, this kid has got a bright future.
Take a look at our highlights. Mike Salinas told us before the fights he loves the UFC. He loves fighting. This is his dream. And he's one step closer to maybe making that a reality with his huge finish here in front of the San Antonio crowd.
Yeah, I always wonder with guys like this that are 3-0 or Sean Magnus that we just saw at now 4-0. I mean, who's going to fight these guys? Maybe we got to get these guys to fight each other. Both in a 170 weight class, and maybe that's a good matchup for the next one. Maybe that's a title fight. Who knows? Looking forward to seeing both those guys go pro, though.
All right, let's make things official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Marquis calls for a stop to the fight. 1 minute, 26 seconds into the very first round, declaring a winner by TKO, Mike Salinas.
And congratulations to Mike. Can't wait to see him back here inside the Fury Amateur Series cage. Representing Unity Training Center. Man, love seeing these San Antonio fighters. So much heart all the time. This game here has really changed in the city. And we'll keep things moving into our next fight.
Please welcome Edgar Ruiz to the blue corner.
Edgar Ruiz. 2nd time here inside the Fury Amateur Series cage. On a 1-fight win streak right now, coming off that nice win back in March against Justin Reschenfelder, Mikey.
Yeah, Edgar Ruiz fighting out of Seguin, Texas, which is the friendly neighbor of San Antonio. So a lot of fans here to see Edgar Ruiz. Yeah, 2-1, right? He's 2-1, right?
Edgar Ruiz is 2-3.
Oh, 2-3.
And Caden Adkison 2-1.
Got it.
So trying to push that record to even right now. And Edgar Ruiz has already fought twice this year. Very active fighter. Both his wins are finishes. And he's a guy that just has a spark. He loves to fight.
Yeah, I would say most of these guys at this stage of their career, they still love it. They don't like, they're not getting paid to do it. They still, which tells you they love it. Because there's not many people that are willing to do something for no money where you go in there and possibly get your teeth knocked out.
That's a great call right there.
Yeah.
That's why we do this too. We love it. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, we sit over here and watch people get their teeth knocked out.
We're amateurs and we don't get paid either.
That's right. Edgar Ruiz making his final preparations to come into the cage. Undoubtedly, he is looking to get that record even, Real.
Edgar is inside, and we'll meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Caden Adkison.
Caden Adkison. Talking to us before the fights, he said, I'm looking to make a statement. That's it. Like, I'm here. I'm ready. Fourth time here inside the Fury Amateur Series cage, riding a 2-fight win streak. Last time out at Fury FC 88. You're going to hear that a lot, by the way. That was the last time we were here in San Antonio. Yep. He got that big win over Matt Wright, goes to decision, and really showcased everything he has in his tool bag.
Yeah, and especially the way he started his career. He started his amateur career with a loss, and then to go on a 2-fight win streak. I mean, it kind of tells you something about that. And now he's saying, so he's won 2 fights in a row after losing his debut, and now he's saying he wants to make a statement. And so, to come in here, beat a guy like Edgar Ruiz in devastating fashion. I mean, record or no record, we know what kind of fighter Edgar is. Be a huge feather in his cap, and might be the statement fight that he's looking for to get him to the next level.
We look at our tail to tape. The reach advantage goes to the 19-year-old fighter, Caden Adkison, and our tail to tape brought to you by the Fury Unleashed podcast. 1-inch height advantage as well for Caden. Both fighters did make weight for this bantamweight bout. Let's get our introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next fight brought to you by the Fury Unleashed podcast, available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Bantamweight Division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, and he weighed in at 133.8 pounds. Fighting out of Seguin, Texas. Today he looks for his 3rd amateur win. Here is Edgar Ruiz. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 135.6 pounds. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, his amateur record stands at 2 wins, only 1 defeat. Here is Caden, the Rage Adkison. Your referee in charge of the action, Carlos Marquis.
All right, let's get this one going. Caden Adkison retiring the cheetah shorts. Last time we saw him, it stood out to me. It's the kind of analysis you get from me.
Yeah, it's a shame.
By the way, blue gloves for Ruiz, red for Adkison. I still left there. Both guys ready to brawl. Love this.
Edgar Ruiz with a big overhand right there. He kind of catch the foot, so it's hard to tell. Ooh,
that's kicks there. As corner was calling for a switch kick. Oh man, perfectly timed there by Ruiz, catching that leg of Atkinson. Looked like he still did some damage, at least it sounded like it.
Take it down! Take it down!
Good beat there.
Ruiz has some pretty crafty takedowns. He's pretty crafty in there. He's just not jumping on his opportunity whenever Adkison's on the ground. I don't know if he just doesn't have the confidence in his ground game, but Adkison's been on the mat twice, and Ruiz is not close to distance. He wanted this fight standing, and he's been losing the standing battle.
Let that two go. 1, 2. Yes, sir.
But this may be part of his master plan.
Halfway through round 1. We still have a lot of fights here on our prelims broadcast, including 2 title fights in our women's strawweight and flyweight divisions. That one's coming up here shortly. Just 2 fights away from the first title fight. We still have 3 pro bouts as well on our prelims broadcast. And then 8 o'clock, we go to UFC Fight Pass for Fury FC 93. Woo! Friday night fights, Michael.
Yes, I love it. Especially here. Beautiful arena, beautiful venue. This place is unbelievable. I'm not happy with the door guy, but other than that, it's been a great experience so far.
We'll have to tell that story one day on the podcast. Yeah. You know me, I'm usually a cool guy. I don't get mad at many people. I almost lost it today. It's been a hell of a week in Houston, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
20 seconds left here in this round.
Yeah, kind of difficult round to score because Adkison's been down a couple of times because of Ruiz. Adkison's definitely landed better shots. So damage-wise, I think it's Adkison, but it'll be interesting to see how they score this.
That was as close of a round as you can get.
Well, you missed Seldon Wright versus Sean Magnus. Oh, and what a fight that was. What a first round it was. It was an unbelievable fight.
Wow. I got to go back and watch that one. I did see the start where Davante George got the finish. Yeah. Yep, I saw that one. I didn't see what happened with Rosalio Rodriguez and Manuel Hernandez. Fight 2.
Yeah, that fight was off.
That's right. That one was off. Yes. Yeah, that's off.
Round 2, Ruiz versus Adkison. Adkison not using the stool here between rounds. Ruiz taking advantage of the stool, but both guys looking pretty fresh here coming out for round 2.
Ready to go.
Cage is ready, and here we go. This left-handed Ruiz. Oh! Shot!
Edgar Ruiz looking for the finish here in San Antonio, getting that neck. And it is across the chin. How did Adkison survive that? What a moment. And now Adkison in control, looking for the big dump here.
Yeah, he had him up. He just didn't change the angle to be able to put him on his back. Adkison maybe still trying to get his wits about him. That was a big left hand, and I'm shocked that that fight was not stopped there, but Ruiz not able to land the shots to finish the...
Ruiz loses that mouthpiece as he's talking to Caden. Haven't seen that one before.
Ooh, left hand again from Ruiz.
Smell of blood in the water.
Adkison doing a good job of staying out of trouble here on the ground, but he's not showing. Nice little roll there to get out of there. Adkison trying to lock up that guillotine choke.
Oh man, if Adkison gets the finish after what just happened with Edgar talking to him and also just sitting him down with a huge left, that would be a story here, but now Ruiz escaping that attempt and Caden also giving up on it, opting to get position.
double. He's right there. Speed is pointing right at him. Drop double. Get it.
And Ruiz with good takedown defense there. Man, it's not often you get, belly to belly with someone or get your belly to their hip and not able to take them to the ground. Let's see if Adkison can pull that leg out just a little bit. Using a lot of energy here to try to do that, try to lift Ruiz up from around the waist. But successful nonetheless.
Under 30 seconds, round 2.
Yeah, Adkison doing some damage here. Got a little bit of ground to make up after that big drop to begin round 2.
After that drop, he was the more aggressive fighter and had bigger moments, but could it be that marquee moment that the judges remember that might convince the round for Ruiz?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of time between this that happened right here. You're going to see this left hand, or right hand come right over and connect on the jaw. A lot of time between that and the end of the round. You see Adkison scrambling like crazy to get away from there. Ruiz a little bit ambitious there on this rear naked choke attempt. If he would have taken another few seconds to set that up, he might have been able to finish it there. But the rest of the round, Raheel was all Caden Adkison. So, man, I got to think that, since it didn't do a ton of damage, the damage of the knockdown did some damage, but, he scrambled away, and I think he took over the round from there. He still might have won that round.
We'll see if we find out who will win that round, because we have round 3 coming up, and if it does go to distance, we'll find out. I'm sure both of these fighters are like, nah, I'm good. Let's just decide this in the cage. Now Ruiz not talking as much, it looks like.
I'm sure his coach had something to say to him about that. You're talking so much, you spit your mouthpiece out.
I love the attitude, though.
Yeah,
I love it. It's great for us as fans.
Yeah, and I like his style. It's, it's not lazy, but it looks lazy, and then all of a sudden you're, on your back. And so it's, really heavy hands. Just a very unconventional, awkward style, and I'm sure awkward to deal with as his opponent, Caden Adkison.
Big kick there from Caden Adkison. Big knee as well. Now Caden on the prowl would get this finish. Oh! Wow! Caden Adkison, is this going to be enough? That is it! A knee and send it home. Caden Adkison, get yourself a boom finish. Wow! Woo!
Caden Adkison with that flying knee, lands the flying knee, puts Ruiz on his back, and then he was all over him. And I think that is the difference for Raheel. If Ruiz would have done that to Adkison when he had him on his back, I think this fight might have been over in the second round. But man, Caden Adkison comes out with a vengeance. Big flying. He tried it once early in the round. It did not land. Comes up there and lands the second time and puts Ruiz down. And then Adkison was all over it.
Man, he said he was going to make a statement. That was his goal. And this is how you make a statement here at the Boeing Center in Tech Court.
That nice push kick there. Out of the pocket, boom. Notice that he was throwing that head down whenever he threw that punch. Out of the pocket. Knew he was going to throw it again. Flying knee right in there. All Adkison all over it.
Look how calm we are, and all of a sudden, I love that. It came out of nowhere. All right, let's make this official this way.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 1 minute, 3 seconds into the third and final round, declaring a winner by TKO, Caden the Rage Adkison.
Congratulations to Caden Adkison, moving that record to 3-1, getting those final pictures inside, well deserved. Make sure you tag us in those pictures as well, Caden, if you're watching on the replay, which I know you are, because I would be watching you too.
Oh, he's gonna have that. He's been clipping that knee as soon as he gets home.
All right, let's get our next fighter out.
Please welcome to the blue corner, Jaden Mackinnon.
Jaden Mackinnon going to our welterweights now, coming in here with a 3-1 record, 5th time inside the Fury Amateur Series cage, coming off his first loss, and that was to Eddie Lopez at Fury Amateur Series 53, Michael, in June. And, you know, some people thought he won that fight. It was a split decision loss. Super talented young fighter, and now we get a chance to see how he responds. And you see Alex Morono there, of course, training with Alex is Jaden Mackinnon, and got some adversity to face.
Yeah, and Jaden Mackinnon had one thing to say about this fight. I'm going to beat up Elias Goley. So
Simple.
Yeah, Jaden Mackinnon, you know, somebody this young, somebody who has not even, I mean, you can tell by looking at him, he hasn't even grown into his man body yet. And he's in here fighting, and, you know, he's already very strong, already very tough, and already highly, highly skilled. This kid is going to just be, you know, he's be a very, very dangerous man.
Yeah, training there at Gracie Baja, the Woodlands, the 18-year-old is just like, he has it. He's tough, and he's just, as he matures, that's going to be the next evolution of his game, because he loves to train, and we'll see how he does. But let's meet his opponent first.
Please welcome Elias Goley to the red corner.
Elias Goley, 4-0 record. And when we were talking about this fight in our production meeting, for Jaden coming off his first loss, could have taken an opponent maybe with a record that was 2-2. And he said, no, let's get a guy who is 4-0 in Elias Goley. And this is his second time here inside the Fury FC cage. He beat Kenneth Thomas back at Fury Amateur Series 52 in April, has a karate style, really good on the ground as well. Trains at 10th Planet, I believe. Let me look that up here. Yep, 10th Planet fighter as well. So this is a good matchup here between two amateurs.
Yeah, and if you hear that music coming out, you know, Elias Goley practices mantra meditation. You know, karate was his first martial art. This dude's a vegetarian, lives a very, very strict lifestyle, very, very disciplined. Never late for the gym, never skips the gym, never skips a meal, never skips, you know, this kid is all business when it comes to fighting. And like you said, Raheel, 4-0. I mean, Andrew, you see Andrew Craig in his corner. They're very high on this kid also. And Lennon Austin has got some beasts over there that they are very high on, Raheel, for good reason.
Absolutely. Just a great gym. And you see Andrew Craig there, as you mentioned, the MMA coach, and has seen so much, has been around the game for as long as I can remember, you know, veteran fighter, and now just training a bunch of savages. You know, you got the fight to watch out for, but you also have two really good gyms going at it.
Yeah.
You know, I forgot to give love to Matt Wald as well, striking coach there at Gracie Baja, the Woodlands. So, man, this is going to be fun. And our tail of the tape here, brought to you by Space City Collective. You see that height advantage for Goley, but the reach advantage goes to the 18-year-old Jaden Mackinnon with his welterweight amateur bout. Elias is inside the cage. The mood is calm, so let's get our introductions to ramp us back up.
The following contest, brought to you by Space City Collective, is scheduled for 3 rounds of the Fury Amateur Series welterweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6 feet tall, and he weighed in officially at 170.8 pounds. Fighting out of Conroe, Texas, his amateur record stands at 3 wins, only 1 defeat. This is Jaden Mackinnon. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, and he weighed in at 170.4 pounds. Fighting out of Rockdale, Texas, by way of Spring Valley, New York, he holds a perfect amateur record, 4 wins, no losses. Here is Elias, Karma Killer Goley. Your referee in charge of the action, Mark Colloy.
All right, let's get this one going. Blue gloves for Mackinnon, red for Goley. 4-0 fighter looking to keep it perfect against the 18-year-old Mackinnon. Oh, what a high kick there, followed by a big right there. Man, Goley has some fluid kicks.
Yeah, this is going to be a strange feeling, both as an 18-year-old fighting a 28-year-old guy and as a 28-year-old guy fighting an 18-year-old.
Yeah, definitely.
Jaden Mackinnon, you know, is further out of, you know, closer to being out of high school than he is to being 21. So it's, you know, it must be an awkward feeling to fight such a young guy. Also, he's such a young guy, he's so skilled.
Jaden's probably calling him old head inside, telling him, hey, old head.
Yeah.
Oh, man, another big kick. And Jaden just going for that shot just to stay alive in this fight. And another big another big combo there from Elias. Oh, man.
Yeah, Jaden has got to put his guard up. He cannot take many more of those. Jaden in for the shot. Nice. It looked like Elias sat back for that guillotine and kind of lost the head of Jaden Mackinnon.
Yes, sir. Keep my left tight. Listen, time to side, yes, sir.
Man, what a tough start for Jaden Mackinnon, but back on his feet, back on the offense now. You can tell he's a little stunned.
And just kind of recalibrating is Jaden. Andrew Craig in Elias's corner saying, we got to break, we got to get back to a striking battle here. And that's exactly what Goley does. Jaden trying to get the back and backpacking, but slips off. Oh man, that face is swollen for Jaden.
Yeah, Jaden trying to get that clinch. Elias Goley landing just about everything he's throwing right now. Superman punch lands. Elias Goley just unloading here. Jaden Mackinnon coming back with some shots of his own.
20 seconds left.
And Jaden just keeps moving forward.
Oh, man. Stumbles down, does Jaden, and Elias smelling blood in the water. Could this be the finish he's looking for with 10 seconds left? Will he unload that gas tank? Jaden counter back. Oh, big knee there. Wow. How did Jaden Mackinnon survive that? Man, that is pure heart for the 18-year-old.
Man, there are just not a lot of 18-year-olds on the planet that are going to stay standing after that barrage. Jaden Mackinnon is one tough dude. Yeah, throw his age out, throw his, throw everything out. He is very, very tough. Elias Goley, you see that? There's that head kick that landed. Then Jaden Mackinnon stumbling just a little bit. Landed another one there right behind the ear. And then just a flurry of shots here to end the round. And you see Jaden firing back, landing shots of his own. Takes another knee. But I think Jaden does a smart thing. He stayed there, leaned up against the cage, used the cage to hold him up to make sure he was there, make sure he was good. Now after the break, I think Jaden Mackinnon, no worse for the wear. Looks pretty fresh.
Swelling there on the left eye of Jaden, orbital region. Of course, right out the gate, we see kicks. Jaden being more aggressive to start round two.
Jaden trying to get this fight to the ground. He's successful there. Nice takedown from Jaden Mackinnon. Elias Goley so far has not shown to be too worried about what happens on the ground here, but Jaden Mackinnon trying to snake that Darce choke through. He does have the front. He's got an arm in here. Nice transition around to the back. Let's see if he can get the hooks in. Jaden is a little overzealous. He's off to the side. He's got to correct that.
Yeah, big mistake there. Let's see if he'll pay for it or it's all good. Have you had a chance to roll with either of these guys? I know you trained at 10th Planet when we're in this area.
Yeah, I mean,
of course, at Gracie Baja.
Yeah, I think I've rolled with Jaden, and I don't know if I've rolled with Elias or not. Probably so. Usually whenever I walk in, there's a big target on my back. White Belt Mike's here, and we're going to smash him, and it usually happens. So, yeah, I love all these guys in this area that, you know, every time I go somewhere, you know, whenever we go to Houston, I go train with Alex, and you just never know who's going to be in Alex's gym. Anyone that has people on the UFC roster, or if you have a, you know, roster as big as 10th Planet in Austin, I mean, there will be 120 people at an open mat at 10th Planet in Austin, and you never know where they're going to be from. You'll see some B-teamers over there. You'll see some new wave guys. You'll see all kinds of stuff at their open mat. I mean, it's huge. And then, of course, the MMA program right next to it will be going with 50 people in there. So
really cool to see them building up that program.
Yeah, and I think each program, both these guys have two quality guys with a big future here. Elias Goley from 10th Planet and Jaden Mackinnon from Gracie Baja in the Woodlands.
Yeah, and props to both of these fighters, by the way, for taking this fight, because both of them could have been like, you know what? Keep it going. Let's take somebody else. But they both wanted this challenge. They both wanted a really good opponent to get better, and that's what you use these amateur fights for, is improve. Sure, you want to be 5-0, you want to be 6-0, you want to be 4-1 if Jaden wins this fight, but the experience, that's going to help you more as you progress in your career. And both of these guys, as you mentioned, they have promising futures here. 10 seconds left in round 2. Oh, man, Jaden taking a lot of damage, but not backing down at all.
Jaden landing a big left hand there to end the round, but took a right head kick. Jaden is pretty bloody over there. Alex Morono in his ear. And, man, I mean, that's just Alex's gym is one of those gyms that, man, it is full of tough guys. And you just can't help it from being around Alex and Ricky Tercios and Joe Hendershot and Jake Heffernan. All those guys all training over there together. It's a boiler room, and, you know, the same thing at 10th Planet. Very slick jiu-jitsu guys. Very, very good MMA programs. You know, this is a highlight reel for both of these guys. Win or lose, I mean, Jaden Mackinnon can say, look what I did to this guy at 18 years old. This dude was 28 years old. I mean, we said it earlier, both these guys are going to have a bright future in this business.
All right, let's go to round 3. Final round of this fight.
Man, that straight right hand, no setup, no nothing, just swinging the hips, feigning with the hips, and then throwing that straight right hand.
Man, Elias' striking is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, he's pretty much landing at will here, but Jaden Mackinnon continues to bring the fight to him. Getting this fight to the ground again. Man, let's see if he can. Man, if Jaden Mackinnon can finish this. Yeah, he does not need to get off to the side. He needs to stay square on his back.
Now the reversal, Elias
has a Darce choke, or like a reverse Darce choke locked up here. It's a very, very crafty choke, but I don't know if he can finish. I've never seen anyone finish it from this angle, but I doubt he'll be able to finish. Yeah, he's out now, but in a 3/4 mount here. Now into half guard, Elias Goley looking for the back, and Elias doing the same. Oh, this is a deeper choke.
That's going to be it more than likely. Hand play, good hand play there by Jaden, surviving for the moment. Man, but that is reloading.
Yeah, that's very tight. That's very tight.
Enough. That is it. Elias Goley keeps it perfect. Moves it to 5-0. What a performance here for Elias.
Man, props to Jaden Mackinnon and that whole team at Gracie Baja Woodlands. Man, what a fight. Elias Goley, I mean, it took some work. He landed a lot of punches. Jaden Mackinnon kept coming. Jaden Mackinnon won the takedown battle, but just Elias Goley just proving too much there at the end. Maybe Jaden took a little too much damage. Jaden was almost out of this rear naked choke. He got that arm down, was able to get it off, and then just not able to pull it out the second time. Elias Goley with the rear naked choke finish in round 3. Jaden McKinnon's got some beautiful war wounds there.
Yeah, he's definitely good. He looks like he's in a fight.
Yeah, what a fight. And I can't wait to see what Jaden McKinnon does at 25 years old. Could you imagine that kid with 7 more years worth of experience? Same with Elias Goley. And, you know, Elias is a little bit older. He'll probably be turning pro soon because, you know, at 28 years old, you got to start getting ready.
I feel like he's ready right now.
Yeah, very good fight.
Let's make this official. Here's Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Holloy calls for a stop to the fight. 1 minute, 36 seconds into the third and final round, declaring a winner by submission due to a rear naked choke, Elias Karma Killer Goley.
Congratulations to Elias Goley. With that, we're going to take a 2-minute break. Don't turn your streams off. We're going to take a quick break and come back with our 2 title fights in our amateur division, our amateur strawweight division and flyweight divisions for our women. So we will be right back.